is working. And
are we on?
Yes, we're on.
Oh,
I'm gonna love
got
you
my fingernail in my mouth.
like nobody's loved you. Come rain or come shine. High as a mountain, deep as a river. Come rain or come shine. I guess, honey, when you met me, it was just one of those things. But don't ever bet me, 'cause I'm gonna be true. Oh, baby, if you will let me, you're gonna love me like nobody's loved me. Come rain or come shine.
You sex kitten.
Happy together.
That wasn't the purpose.
Together and won't that be fine?
That was fun. That's Bill Marcus.
On bass, yeah.
And that's Rick Hill.
No, we're out of the money, but I'm with you always. I'm with you, rain or shine.
And that's Gary Bavona.
Oh, cool.
I thought so. That was at Dory Amarillo's studio.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna love me like nobody's loved me. Baby, come rain or come shine. Happy together, maybe unhappy together, and baby, won't that be just fine? Days may be cloudy or sunny, honey, we're in or out of the money,
His money, not mine.
but I'm with you always. I'll be with you, rain or shine. I'm with you always. I'm with you, rain or shine. I'm gonna love you like nobody's loved you. Honey, come rain or come shine. High as a mountain and deep gonna love you. Come rain or come shine. Gonna love you.
Talk about a tag. Keep going and going and going.
Oh gosh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is my dear friend and guest today, Jody Jaress, and we've been friends a long time. And I've known her more in the singing world, but she's an actress, a writer, a coach, director, right? Yeah. Probably producer. Throw that in.
Yeah, I have, but it's not what I like to do.
But direct.
Oh yes, and all my friends know that. Sorry. So it was a natural to direct. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody.
No, everybody loves you. So I'll just tell you who's here saying hello. Judy Barrett, Aviva, Linda Sam, Claudia Koval, Joyce Glasgow, Taylor Hatch. I don't think you know Taylor, but he's here. He said sounds super cool. Joyce loves your gorgeous white hair, owning it, stunning and beautiful. Yes, she is. And Linda says hello.
Well, Linda, if that's Linda A.
No, it's Linda Sam.
Oh, Linda Sam. Oh, yeah. I'll talk about her too. But Linda A called the Come Rain or Come Shine. She calls that my stalker song.
That figures. And Nora's here too.
Oh, hi, Nora. Hi, everybody. That's nice. Thank you for coming.
Yeah. So
I learned some new things about me.
I probably will, or remind myself of some things. But I mean, you don't generally talk focused on the one person for 2 hours unless it's an interview or something like that, Steve Blue says hi.
Oh, hi. Oh, he made it. Good.
Hi, Steve. So I don't even know when I met Jody. It was a long time ago.
It was at a dear friend of mine, actor friend, who's passed.
Oh, the guy?
Brought me to brought me to the Sportsman's.
The jam.
He said, Jody, you gotta go there. I said, I don't sing anymore. I just no, you gotta go. Come on. And that's when I met you.
I remember that now. And that guy, I don't remember him exactly, but I remember I liked him. He was
Yeah,
a really
he's
nice,
very, very
nice
nice,
guy.
nice guy.
And yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I had a jam session for 7 years at the Sportsman's Lodge that was in Studio City here. It was the best jam session I ever went to. It was great. It had singers, it had musicians, it had all kinds of people coming in, and vibraphones and just everything, and everybody, actors would come and sing, and it was a jazz jam, but it was just a great time.
It was, and I had never been to anything like that before.
Yeah.
I meant my singing was either you're performing, for something, or you're not.
Yeah.
And
Great camaraderie.
yeah, it was wonderful. It felt really good. And I met Linda. They met. I think Gail was there. I'm not sure. Gail Roan. I'm not.
Yeah, Gail would come, and also Judy Barrett came with two guys all the time. That was where you met Judy too.
I'm thinking that must be because she came with the the bounty hunter and fun now too, and then little Dave. Little Dave, and oh yeah, so it was really and I had never heard anybody sound so pure and clean and crisp and right on in their singing until I heard you.
Oh,
And it's like, whoa, oh, I can't get up there. It's, it's just been a long time, to really
yeah,
that I would fit in with all of these fabulous musicians and singers.
yeah.
And it was, and you just kind of put your arms around and embraced me. And man, it just kind of, it's your fault.
I
or,
know.
or your credit, not fault. Well, it is a fault if you can't. There are times you'd like to say, no, I don't know her.
Karen Cruz is here, by the way,
Oh, nice.
and Dan Davila.
Oh, that's very cool. I don't have a hard copy. I've got a great photo of you and Dan and me and Judy at Vitello's in the front row. And we
Oh,
turned around and looked. I don't know who took the picture, but it's great. It's one of my
wow.
favorite photos.
Oh, I want to see that picture.
Yeah, I've got it. I mean, I could
Yeah,
probably figure out how to get it
yeah,
on
yeah.
there. But oh, I do. It's on my desktop.
Oh, cool. You can share the screen.
Yeah. Honey, okay, share screen. Woohoo! That's not my desktop. That's your desktop. Is that my desktop?
Yeah.
Oh, go away. Go away. All right, let me move us.
God, your desktop is so ordered.
It has to be because
Oh.
it's too much too much. It must be.
I have to say, you're one of the only other people who is so obsessive about putting things in order than I know.
That's strange because well, my my son says I'm an organized hoarder because I have so much stuff.
Yeah.
But I've got music stuff and equipment. I've got the scripts and all of that. I've got stuff for art. I've got stuff for all the tapings and I get to them.
Yeah.
I use them, and I can't but it is organized. It's like it's not too bad, but he does. He I mean, I do have a lot of stuff. But anyway, here's this picture. I think that's it. Come on. Won't you show? No, that's not that one. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Though.
Yeah, but this is a good one of most of our close hood here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because this interview has got me looking back at stuff. Oh, I just found us. Where were we? Come on. There we are.
Oh,
Isn't that cool?
that is so
Look
nice.
at it.
Yeah. What a pretty picture.
Isn't that a great shot?
Yeah.
I just love that. I don't know who took the picture. Maybe Lorena.
Maybe Lorena, because she's the photographer.
Yeah, it might have been. But I saw that and I thought, oh, everybody just looks so happy and so cool. And who were we seeing? There's White Roses. What?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I meant that is Vitello's, right?
Definitely Vitello's. The
Yeah.
chairs.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just thought that was such a cool shot.
Sweet. Very sweet.
Yeah. Do I screen sharing? Stop screen sharing. I have to figure out how to do this. But at least we know I can do that. Some of my son's art work, paintings.
Oh, yeah. Her son paints beautifully.
Yeah. He had a whole jazz series.
Yeah. So one thing that, although I don't really, I'd rather talk about you, but one thing that we did do together that stemmed It stemmed out of the jam session, actually. A group of us made a vocal organization called the California Pop and Jazz Council, and that was so cool.
I want to talk about those things. That's how my journey went. And you supported, all of, at least for me, it was you being so supportive that kept me singing. And yes, the California Jazz and Pop. Oh, I loved that. It was so cool. And we put on what? We did the award shows at Catalina's. We did
Yep.
the last one, which precious Herb,
Herb Jeffries.
yes, Herb Jeffries. And then before that, that was oh shoot.
Before that, it was Howlett, right?
Howlett. I think it was Howlett before that.
Yeah.
And Dean, but golly,
And the first one was Deanie's.
Deanie was the first one. Yeah. I wasn't there for that. I didn't know you guys yet.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't know y'all yet.
Yeah, I was just looking in my files. I mean, there's so many, there's hundreds and hundreds of pictures.
I know.
But this one, this one was an ad.
Oh, that's one of the, yeah.
Yeah, and Herb Jeffries. We honored Herb Jeffries. He was alive at the time, and so gosh, we traveled to Palm Springs to see him, and he and his wife, and then we put on a fantastic show at Catalina's. I mean, I
Do
think
you have the poster? You've got the poster there.
probably somewhere. Is this it? Let's see.
I think you've even got it in your room, I think. No,
I
those
have it in my room. Yeah, but these were maybe these were
oh, please.
maybe these were Jody's trial. You see this?
No, those were actual ads that we used.
You see this a logo. You don't know how long it took us to agree on the logo. Jody kept coming up with ideas. She designed the logo, and she kept coming up with ideas. There must have been 100 ideas or something.
I
And we
know. I have a book of them. I kept all of them.
Oh my God. Anyway, we had a lot of fun. It was really, really terrific. And
Was.
yeah,
It
we
was
just had
good
fun.
for everybody. It was good for everybody. I mean, because you got to be part of, a community of musicians and singers and such and supportive. And we would do these major events, and it's like, how did we do that?
I don't know. Well, we had a bunch of really good people, singers from all over LA, and I don't know. We got along. We really did. We got along, and we were all very supportive to each other, and I think it was very balanced, right? Very evenly balanced.
It was, and it it was just difficult because it was this whole group of creative minds and talents and people, but only a few of us wanted to be part of the business part to keep it going
Yeah,
and to do the
business
do
stuff.
the dirt work that has to be done if you're going to have such a
Yeah,
humongous kind of organization and events.
yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, if it had anything to do creatively, and you said we need, oh my gosh, they all just we need, and that's all we'd have to say.
Yeah, really great. By the way, you know who's here who I haven't talked to in a long time from the California Pop and Jazz Council, Denise Anya.
Oh, Denise, hi, sweetheart.
Hi.
I did. I sent her an invite, and I was hoping. I thought maybe some
Whoa,
people that haven't talked or seen us or connected in such a long time, maybe they'll show up.
that's so cool.
Oh, nice.
Hi, Denise. How are you? I miss you. Wow.
We should have a reunion.
We should.
I
Let's
just thought of
do
that.
that. Absolutely.
Oh,
Let's do that.
okay. Okay.
Okay.
Next project.
I know some people are dead, but
Oh,
there's a bunch of people who are alive.
yes.
I,
Yeah.
I wish I have actually thought about having a reunion of the Sportsman's Lodge jam session, because that was the best part of my whole 16 years.
That was very good.
I really loved that part. I have thought about that, and I still have the pictures that Eileen Pola's husband took, which were fantastic pictures of the jam. And
Yeah, I've got tons of those because I was doing all of our website and stuff.
yeah,
I don't know how I got into all of that. Well, I did. I do know because, I had to learn that stuff because I needed it for me.
yeah,
So it's like self-learned all of this online creative
yeah.
development stuff. So
Judy Barrett says she still has the email list. I'm gonna do
cool.
this because check this out.
Oh, that never happens.
this one, I love it.
And then the fourth person is Deborah Sharp,
Yeah.
and that's Linda A. and Jody and I.
This,
Oh, pack up all my cares. Here I go singing lullaby.
and Mark Billings on piano.
When somebody waits for me, sugar sweet and so is he. Bye bye, blackbird. No one here can love or understand a chick like me. Oh, what hard luck stories they all try to hand me. Pack my bags and light the lights. I'll be home late tonight. Blackbird, blackbird, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye. Oh, pack it up. Here's a pack it up. Here I go singing, where my honey waits for me, sugar sweet, so sweet.
Oh, I know what happened.
No one here can love or understand. Oh, what hard luck stories they all try to hand us. Make my bed and light the light. Honey, I'm coming home way late tonight.
Oh, must be Easter and we have a ham.
One thing you can tell is that we're having fun.
Absolutely. That's the whole point, isn't it? This is at More Art, was it called?
Yeah, this was at More Art.
We had no idea what was going on.
Story That's what
didn't know.
keep my head like a lights. Okay. I'm pretty host.
Oh, golly.
Tomorrow, Teller, some kind of bird. Linda Smith, Jody Jaress, Cathy Segal-Garcia. That's the Mark Bowling. Thank you very much. More Art Incorporated. And thank you very much.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my God, that was fun.
Oh, how hilarious is that?
That was like
Oh my gosh.
2000, it says 2010, recorded on, yeah, 2010. Wow, using a flip video. That was an old one.
Yeah, that was my flip.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
wow.
I had my friend Debbie was there and she was doing the flip video for us. I said, you know, she said, I don't know. Yes. So I'm glad she caught that. That was so funny.
That was great. Well, my friend Taylor, he's a guitarist, and he has some acting questions for you,
Sure.
and a singing question too. But let's talk a little bit about your acting because, after all, you are a longtime actress who's been in award-winning films, and so and you do see her on TV, but you may not have known that it was her.
Exactly. Exactly. And most of the films I've done of late, I'm dying or in the midst of the throes of sadly Alzheimer's. So I don't look like this.
Right,
You
right, right.
know.
Taylor
So what
wants to know.
question?
Yeah, he's a lovely question person. Being an actress requires so much creativity and expression, and over time, as you were developing your stage presence, what was one moment that challenged you but was motivating once you experienced it?
Oh wow. Woo! Ah, I've been doing this for so long, ever since I was little, so it's kind of hard to say. Maybe at the time I was in kindergarten tap dancing on top of two tables and they split. One foot here and one foot there.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Um, wow, to be serious. Not sure how to answer that because in from all I can remember in myself, I've always been an actress and an entertainer and loving music. So I don't know where that point was that it became boom, because that's who I was to me,
Uh-huh.
in
Right.
my own self. And I'm realizing that somebody said something because I was, I don't know, of late saying something about, but maybe I should just back off or whatever. And they said, how do you do that? Because that's who you are, not what you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's who you are. So it's, wow. I probably, if you stay long enough, maybe some point will come to mind. But my parents, even though we were very modest with money, we didn't have much in Michigan, but they did know that I wanted to, sing and dance and act and all of this kind of stuff. So I did study acting at Willoway Playhouse in Bloomfield Hills in Michigan.
Uh-huh.
And it just felt comfortable. It felt at home. It felt um, it just felt at home. And I spent most of my time there instead of at home, because home wasn't too happy and fun anyway. So it was just, I don't know. I guess that's about all I can say at this point, is that it's who I am. It's not what I do. Oh God, that gave me goosebumps. That must be true. That must be true then. Even to myself, I just figured that out. Thank you for asking.
Sometimes questions have that effect, doesn't it?
Yeah. Don't make me cry now. If I can get through 2 hours without crying about something.
I had an interview on Sunday. This charming young guy is creating this interview series, and he asked some very cool, thoughtful questions. I mean, I heard myself saying the same things over and over, that I had said a million times,
Yeah.
which I thought, that's interesting. My memory goes right back to that same memory, that I've talked about many, many times. But then there were some other things that were cool that came up, and later on in the evening, I just thought, where did I get that idea? Or where was I thinking about that? And I realized it was from the interview. And so it's pretty cool when people ask questions that you're not
It is. It is. It's a little scary, opening up to questions, but it's really warming, and as you said, it makes you think, and it's things that, golly, I don't know, I haven't even thought of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really cool.
Now
Yeah.
I know my information in my mind, in my memory, is a little limited in this area, but I know you spent time in Vegas, and you were a dancer, right? Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
How old were you? Early 20s or something like that, or?
No, I was 19.
Okay.
Yeah, close, the 18, 19. And I worked at the Riviera. The story to even how I got there is weird, because I was being blackballed because I was booked for, what do they call them? The World's Fair, back when they used to, like the Olympics here, but it was the World's Fair, and I forget where it was supposed to be. I forget where, and I was booked for it, and these other entertainers, and when it came down to the contract, it just didn't sound right. And it's like, wait a minute. I'm not too savvy with all of this, but I don't see any return tickets. I don't see any guarantees. I don't see any, housing. Why would I go? Well, everybody that was booked through this agency followed me. They said, oh, we didn't realize. No, we're not going. So it all fell through.
Wow.
So they said, well, I'll blackball you. You won't work again anywhere at any time. And I'm thinking, I'm just starting out. What are you doing? So I auditioned for this Vegas show. This was in LA. And I auditioned, and this agent that wasn't my agent, I just had met them, and they said, you go in, let me see what you can do. Okay, you move really good, you move fine. You go in, you wear a red leotard, and just stand out. and so that's what I did, and I got booked. And then during all these rehearsals that we were having here in LA, I heard, because I wasn't a dancer, I could catch it pretty well and fake it. But I hurt so bad, and I was living with my folks in Covina. I could barely drive home at night. I'd have to use my hand to put the brake on because I had pain everywhere. I could not handle it. And one time, this was, oh shoot, I forgot their names, and they're famous choreographers for the Riviera. Oh well. Anyway, one day at rehearsal, I'm sorry, I'm like blubbering on something. At this rehearsal, and they said, Jody, what are you doing? You call yourself a dancer? And I, to my mouth, beside my friend that I now made, I said, no, you call me. I didn't call me a dancer. Well, so I had to go in the room with the assistant choreographer and work on. I didn't know that you had to have this position with your thigh when you leaped or whatever. I didn't know those things because I wasn't a trained dancer. But anyway, we got through it, and it was wonderful. And oh my God, what was the question?
Well, no, it was kind of a general question.
Oh yeah.
So just about that time period.
Oh yeah. Well, in Vegas, let's see, danced. Harry Belafonte got my job back for me.
Oh,
We'd gone. My friend and I and a couple of guys, musicians or whatever. I don't remember what they were, but they were in the business we had gone horseback riding during the day. Well, I don't know exactly why, but the guys left us. Could be because we wouldn't hanky-panky. I don't know. It's the only thing I can think of. Why would you leave two girls,
yeah.
And you were driving and they took off. So Cheryl and I had to thumb a way back because we had the shows to do. Well, so we got a ride on the back of this pickup truck. And of course, the media saw us. And so this Sundial newspaper or whatever there in Vegas wrote a thing about who did we see riding in the back of a truck, blah, 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 which was kind of cute. I mean, it was, but I got there backstage, all dressed, all ready in time, getting ready to walk on the stage. And the stage manager, like, you'd think he had one of those white hooks, pulled me off, would not let me go on because I did not get there. I think we had to be there at least 30 minutes before showtime. And I'm like, no, dear, I'm in such trouble. Harry Belafonte was the headliner at that time. And he came up and he said, "Oh, what's wrong?" And I said, "Oh, my mother's going to kill me." She was so right. She told me that I was going to lose my jobs no matter what they were because I run late. Well, he said, "Here, go to my dressing room. Just go. I got something to do and I'll be out." I said, "Okay." So he comes back and he said, "Okay, here's my phone number and here's my contact. You're going to be docked tonight. But from this point on, if they fire you, if they give you any trouble, if your contract isn't picked up, you call me." I said, oh my God.
Wow.
Woo! Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was very cool.
And it's only been the last, well, because of COVID, but I came across his Harry's bass player that was there in Vegas and was reintroduced to him, John Cartwright. And he said, I know you.
Oh God.
How could you know me? It was so cool. His eyesight's almost gone now,
Yeah.
unfortunately, but he still plays.
Yeah.
Don't need eyesight after that, man. Who needs eyesight to play, huh? But yeah, that was that. And another icon I met, there was Deanna Dors and this white hair tells you something how old, I can't
I'm just saying.
yeah, I can't think of who, but anyway, Harry Belafonte, not Harry, Louis Armstrong.
Yeah.
He was one of the headliners while I was there, and we'd get to talking, and he'd say, honey, he said, because we always had the 2 cigarettes in his, sweating all the time, and he says, honey, if I don't feel nervous and have a bunch of nerves before going on, I'm not going to give them a good show. I might as well just give them back their money. And you keep your nerves, because I'm like, I can't sing, can't talk, can't walk, can't, sometimes. And he says, no, you use those nerves. They'll give you what you need to push and give the audience what they came to see. And that's you to work for them, not just deliver.
Yeah. Did you use that for years? Did you think about that for years?
Oh yeah, I do. And in between shows, I would go across the street to the Frontier, where the Ink Spots were playing in the lounge. They weren't headlining, but I had met them, and they kind of changed some of their, singers. But anyway, they'd say, come over here in between your shows and gig with us, sing with us, and jump in. And oh, that was delightful. Delightful, but yeah.
Our old friend Robert Walker was friends with the Ink Spots. One of the guys came to the Deanie Award thing that we did before we knew you.
And that was the one I wasn't at. Yeah.
That was I still have a nice picture of that. It was a moment. Let's see. I don't want to keep going back to questions. I want to get into a deeper conversation, but let's see. I will say that Denise's cousin was a dancer with Harry Belafonte, DC Henson. She didn't know if you knew him. And yeah, John was playing a lot of kulaks, Judy said. And okay, so here's a question to get.
Oh, that's right. John was playing at Kulak's. Yes, over here in Studio City. That's where I came across him again. And
okay.
Yeah, it was like, whoa. Oh gosh, I know you. I have a great picture. I don't think I have it available, but I've got a great picture of him and me too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, here's another Taylor question, which is good because it'll lead me a little deeper. In your own words, what does maturity as a singer or actress feel like and look like and sound like? It's a hard question to answer.
Me, Cathy.
There you go, Taylor.
It looks and sounds like us. Well, and maturity in anything is just living more life, and sharing it through your talents. I mean, because I'm not this singer like Cathy and like some of these others have these fabulous voices and can do all these big things. I just share my life through the stories that I find in the lyrics, or in the, even in the, just the rhythm and the mood of the song. So, and that's why I guess I need to own the fact that this is who I am. And the same with the acting. I'm, I don't become that quote character that was written by a writer. I get into the life of that which was written and say, okay, if I were born in their surroundings or made these decisions, had this kind of upbringing, uh, uh, made these choices for these reasons, how would I live it? How would I be? How would I respond? How would I get angry? How would I cry? Or how would I be joyous? Not worrying about that, what was written as a character. So to me, and that's in my teachings too, I hope any of my clients don't say, well, I end up being that character, because no, you're you in that story. And if you know everything about the story, then you can relate to that. You just relate to the story. And that's what I do with my singing. And so that's what mature entertainers, me in my own words, that go blah blah blah. You know what? I don't know why, but I just start rattling, and I'm not a talker. I sit back and watch and listen. I don't like.
To me, you're exactly who I think you are.
Not so sure. Okay, I think that's good.
I think
Or
so.
I wouldn't be here, right?
Right. I love you. I love you the way you are.
A little off, but
But I remember one time when I kept calling people characters, because they were. And then I finally realized, oh, we're all characters. And
that's for sure.
true, sometimes people hide it, and act straight, but that's actually just an act. Everybody's a character.
Absolutely. Oh, my thing, I had an awareness when I was working, because I've worked all these other jobs. I've
Yeah.
been in legal, and I've been in spas, and I've been social work, and but there was this one time here, I show up at work at the legal office, and I'm all relaxed and comfortable, and everybody thought something was wrong with me. Are you okay? Oh, I'm sorry. What happened? Are you all right? Do you not feel good? And it's like, so when I'm relaxed in myself,
Yeah.
because I've put this MO out there, this persona, at least around them, when I just drop all of that and just be me, in comparison, they say, oh, something's wrong.
Was there a long period where you did other kinds of work?
I've been in and out of this one time for like 15 years.
Oh, was that when you were bringing up your children?
Yeah, yeah. And oh, I was ow. I soldered the early computer boards. I loved doing it. It was so therapeutic. I
Wow.
was on the midnight shift because I needed to be. So midnight shift, and I'd sit there and I'd have some music going, and I'd have this magnifier thing, and I'd just make the most beautiful, because of me and my art, everything, the most beautiful peaks in the solder on these boards. But it didn't take any thinking.
Yeah.
It was just you know, manual. Just, you didn't have to figure out anything. You didn't have, well, you had deadlines. You had to do so many, but yeah, I forgot about doing that until whatever did you do. But yeah, I did a lot of things. I worked in uh, psychiatric units as a psych aide and assistant for the county, and I got myself latched on teeth because they and they all had to come and get this person off of me. But
Oh,
yeah, she. Ugh. And then there was one sociopath who was moved to a different facility, and several months later, my supervisor gets a call asking if I took a maternity leave. And she said, no, why? Well, because this patient says that Jody is going to birth his child, has birthed his child recently. And I said, well, I was not, no, no.
oh,
Yeah, so the semesters, I mean, except for there's one, the count, maybe I shouldn't say, whoever let this dude go,
yeah.
this was somebody else. We said no, our clinic. We said no. They said he had to go. And he asked his roommate not too many days after.
Wow.
But I used to run art and music therapy there. So, you know, that was still being who I
Creative,
am.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, whew, you guys have got me thinking.
And then, so then there was a point, was there a point actually where you basically stopped straight jobs and then, and
Well,
I mean, consciously decided, like for me, there was actually a moment where I thought I could put this much energy into
yeah.
singing, getting gigs, and,
What were you doing?
oh, the last gig I think I had, I was selling 3D cameras.
Oh,
And I was a secretary, I was a cashier, I was a, you know, you know,
yeah,
waitress.
yeah. I didn't waitress. I did hostess for a restaurant, but I didn't waitress. Um, yes. I was working for the attorneys at Farmers Insurance Agency in on, well, here somewhere, LA. It's still there. It's on Wilshire. I think it's on Wilshire.
Still
Anyway,
there.
yeah. So and I kept running out and sneaking out at lunchtime to go audition, and it usually took me an hour and a half to 2 hours to go, do, and get back. You know, and pray nobody noticed I was gone that long. I'd stay kind of. I refused so many advancements because I didn't want to be in that position. And then it just got, this is just too nerve wracking and it's not right. And I'm not enjoying this. And if these are coming as often as they are, then I've got to just use faith that I can, you know, make a living without this regular job, you know. So that's what I did.
And it worked.
It did work. It did
What
work.
kind of jobs were you getting at that time? Acting jobs.
That I think at that time it was mostly commercials. Like, I don't remember because my very first film that I had speaking role in, I was still living in Orange, in the city of Orange, with my kids, and actually teaching at the South Coast Repertory Theater or something like that. And uh, my classes would go on forever at night, and then a small group of us would always go sit in a coffee shop until 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I'd drive home trying to. But anyway, yeah. So that was my first film, and that was back 30 years later. I get a call, and I think I'm the only one left alive in the film, and they wanted to interview me because they were refurbishing the film onto Blu-ray, and they wanted to have like extras, like interview or whatever. So I said, really? I said, I've never even seen the film. Oy. The interview's on my website. It's
Oh, really?
yeah. The and it's on yeah, because they sold out and they're not making any more limited editions of this. So I have one or two, and then I have it on IMDb. Well, IMDb, the interview would be anyway,
Yeah.
through the production company. But yeah, I have it on my website.
I'd love to see something of you acting or talking like that. I just have to, kind of have it from a source that's not licensing.
Oh no, they're all fine.
They are?
Yeah, anything, and anything I have on my website in all the video sections,
Yeah.
any of those, it doesn't. Oh, I see. I don't look like I have tons of makeup on when I saw it on your camera. I was thinking I had too much junk on. Yeah, go to video. Well, the first one would give you my demo reel.
Is that something that I can?
Yeah, right there, the theatrical reel. Otherwise, these are all different things from other films, different sections. Get on your knees. Beg for my forgiveness.
What?
Get on your knees and beg for my forgiveness.
You're serious.
I'm fucking damn serious. But I didn't see a bomb. What I did see was this flash of blue light and sparks. The craziest thing, this man in the middle of the room, naked as a jeeper. I don't know, maybe I just imagined the whole thing. Who knows? Probably the liquor talking.
What? I'm sorry. I'm all right. No, go there. No. Mother miss you.
Who is she?
Her name's Chloe Lane Black. Find out everything you can on her.
Where's her ex now?
Find out. I want to know everything down to what she had for breakfast this morning.
You got it.
And she and Brady still share this address?
We tried all the guys' phone numbers. Nothing.
And the landlord says he hasn't seen him.
Not for 3 weeks.
Very good work.
What do you want me to say?
I don't want you to say a damn thing.
There is no smoking in my house.
And why do we have all these ashtrays then?
Oh, you were so stubborn and selfish.
Hey, it's only logical. If
Just like he was. So, are you all excited about your move?
Not really.
You're not.
Should I be?
Yeah. Oh. Okay, so something new is a little scary at first, but I think you're gonna love your new home.
Emil, can you just tell me?
Cool.
Yeah. I need to update. My manager says you need a new one. You need a new demo reel.
Because you've done so much more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a hard time focusing on my stuff. If I were my client, I'd be right on it. And I can't seem to put myself in that mindset. It just takes too much. I get sidetracked when I'm focusing on me.
So, what are your days filled up with? Are they filled up with paying attention to your students or that kind of thing? Or
Yes and no. I fill my days with, because in fact, I just made my first really for a client music video, and we just put it on YouTube. I'm so proud of it. It's
Wow.
really powerful, and because it's a music video with a message. It isn't like here's the singer
Yeah.
group, whatever. It's not that kind. There are message ones and there are promo ones. And,
What is it?
it's called Planet Blue,
Uh-huh.
and he was inspired to write this Latin jazz music from our world, the way, as he says, we're disrespecting everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Planet is just, So I went with that, and I didn't ask him what kind of, music video he wanted. But for some reason, I just felt, well, if that inspired him, then that's got to be what it's about. I mean, sure, it could be about him,
Yeah.
but it is really cool. It's Jimmy Dale, Planet Blue by Jimmy Dale.
Well,
On
maybe we can look at that.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be cool. But yeah, so I'm like either creating like that or I'm checking clients. Well, I usually give them their assignments after we have now Zoom sessions instead of in person at my home.
I know, isn't that wild?
Yeah, which is cool. It works. I meant it's limiting, but it's still working for many. And I'll, just, tell them to either look up such and such and do, study that monologue or this scene or whatever. And so, but it's either that or I'm checking on a client's casting sites to make sure that they've got their photos right, or tell them that, we got to change this, we got to change that, or realizing they're real, their drama real, or their singing real, or whatever. And so it's that. But I would rather, other than when I get to go see my grandkids, I'd rather be sitting because I'm rewriting a script. Aren't we all? But I had to update it for one because it's been sitting for so long. It just like, oh, Yeah, no, that doesn't work now because it's not a period piece. you know, uh, it's called Return of the Sacred.
Oh,
So it's like
okay.
Dirty Harry.
Title.
Yeah, Dirty Harry hooks up with the Indians to recover their stolen, it's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, and cause when I start writing and rewriting and making it more better. I don't want it used to be this kind of general, and it was good, it was fine. And I was co-writing it with Roger Tulsa, who's a private investigator and Indian. But he got fed up. He says, it's done. If somebody wants to pay me, then I'll do rewrites. Otherwise, you do what you want. So it sat, and then I picked it up and I said, okay, I'm picking this up because I get involved in this story. I get involved with the characters. I get involved with where they're moving around, and I could do that 24/7. But as you know, anything I get involved with, I'll do it 24/7, and I don't go to bed. I forget to eat. I don't, I'm
Yeah.
up 48 hours or 50 or, and it's like, but I didn't realize that I loved writing so much, or at least screenwriting,
Yeah. Yeah.
but, whew, yeah, I would be doing that. Yeah.
So, do you foresee it being finished
Yeah.
soon?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh, you do? Good.
Yes. And well, it's like anything, a piece of art, like you're never done with it.
Yeah.
You just have to say, okay, I've got to stop.
Yeah. I know. You know that little book I wrote,
Yes.
that
Show it.
it took me months to edit it, because I edited, and then I would think, oh, that's good, Then I would go back and I'd go, oh no, that's impossible, that has to move, like this whole section has to move here, and so yeah, it took, I don't know, maybe 17 edits or something, and maybe that's not a lot for some people, but for me that was a lot because I kept thinking I was done, and plus my nature, it's like okay, I'm really into it, and then I want to be done, and but you know what? Since it's actually been out, I haven't even reread it.
Ah, why? Why bother?
Yeah,
Move on to the next one. It's already out there in the universe, and
yeah.
other people are reaping benefits from it. So that's the whole point.
And it wasn't like I wasn't really out there pushing to have it be super popular. And, I just wanted to get it out of my, like, finish it in my universe, put it out, give it to friends, and, and I did that. So it was great. It's really nice. Good feeling, because that was 15 years of kind of collecting ideas, I didn't know I was writing, but I was. So,
Well, I your inner angel, your inner spirit knew what you were prepping for,
yeah,
just that your conscious self didn't realize. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you do have a few extra people saying hi, Nineveh Bailey.
Oh, okay. Oh, hi. Oh, relatives. Hi.
And Nancy Osborne.
Oh, hi.
I've been listening and laughing with both of you the whole hour.
I said it would be entertaining.
And Gary Brumberg.
Oh, hi, Gary. Aw.
And thanks, Dan. I actually had Planet Blue up. Let's take a look at
Oh, cool. Yes.
production that you've been part of. Right?
Okay, let's make sure that it's not just the album cover. Oh, yes, that one, the fiery one.
Okay.
I have to change that image. That shouldn't start with that, but click on it.
Okay.
That's it. Oh, thank you.
This is Jimmy Dale. The abuse our planet is suffering from our lack of respect towards her motivated me to write this jazz composition. Enjoy Planet Blue.
Nice. That's really nicely done.
Thank you. And thank you. Is it Stan that found that? You said
Dan.
Dan. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't, Jimmy didn't know that's what he was, what direction I was going, but he said, whoa, yes, 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 yes. Yeah. So, anywho,
Yeah, it's really nice, beautiful. Yeah, and making a video is really interesting, isn't it? I've made a few, music
Oh,
videos over the,
I love, what is it? And
well, there's Make Me Wanna Holler, there's Sermonette, and there's Get Together. Come on, people
and the
now.
way it goes or something
Oh, ain't right.
with
And so
Paul Joe's. Oh God, I
yeah.
love that. Oh,
Oh,
you two
cool.
were just, that was just gorgeous. Is gorgeous.
Somebody else actually, I met somebody the other night, a drummer, and he said, "Oh, I've been checking you out. Checked out your one of your last CDs, Social Anthems." He said, "What was the one where the guy was talking?" That was Paul Jost, and
That one.
yeah, when Paul, I didn't ask him to talk.
Oh,
I thought I expected him to sing, and then he came back with that, and I was like, "Oh my God, that is like gorgeous."
that's, that was, that's beautiful.
Yeah. It's so much fun to create with people and to move forward and see what everybody's creating, you know.
It is. It absolutely is. It's like, we're not in here all by ourselves saying, oh, it's all about me. It's all about me. It's, no, it's not.
No. And the process, though, isn't the process interesting? Of looking for the videos and then letting the music lead you, right? And then, making it flow, and it's really a cool
That
process.
was, yeah, it is a cool process. And it's long and tedious,
Yes.
and that,
Yeah.
uh, and you got to find things that either you're willing to pay for or you don't have to pay for that
Yeah.
are free use. And it's like, okay, I got to save him money and stuff, so I got to make sure I'm finding everything that's can be used
Yeah. Yeah.
this way, and not have some legal something or other jump.
I'm just curious, did you list the photographers who you had used?
I didn't. I thought about it. It would have been a nice thing to do on his, thing, and I keep thinking about it, but
It's a lot of extra work, but
it's a lot though. I meant, and sure, a lot of some of the videos and a lot of the photos were mine. I took them.
oh,
And
okay.
took them, but then there was just so many. It's like I didn't get it all like from two or three guys or creators, photographers,
Yeah.
videographers. So it's like I took this one and that, and then I meshed those, and then it just, but then to get the timing.
The timing is really interesting to me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really loved that part of it. And I thought it was a lot like being in the recording studio. The same kind of feeling and interest, it was I really enjoyed it a lot.
Speaking of being in the recording thing, poor Dory Amarillo and Gary Bavona and Bill Marcus and Rick Hills, because when I decided that I needed to do this CD, I of course created the sleeve and everything, but I only had 3 weeks before I had to have it all in my hands, ready to, throw out there. And it's like, Dory says, sure, let's try it. Let's do it. We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll manage it. and everybody was just so, okay, all right, and it's only, I think we only recorded the one day, maybe two, and then to another time to listen to, and I didn't know what I was doing. And as far as would I ever do it this way again? No, we got it done in time. But I meant it's not like, you record the instruments or you record this and then you put them together and then you record and then you re-record, no, do it again, and no, none of that was going on. So this CD, and why I thought I had to have 12 tracks, I don't know. I could have done with less and had more time, with perfecting them. But yeah, I don't know about the timing in a recording room, because I don't know what that is. There was
I know. I remember. I was like, "What? You made a record this week?" It's like I didn't hear anything about the approach. I didn't hear anything about. Oh yeah, I'm recording. It's like, boom. I decided
I
to make.
know there wasn't any of those wonderful, like I love people's videos of, while they're rehearsing or while they're doing a track or something. No.
I know that I'm going to touch on this because I think it's okay, but I know your daughter had passed away, and that that probably shifted your life. Were you working at that time? You weren't. So you
No, I am.
go through the grieving process.
Yeah, it's amazing. That was in 1998,
Oh,
September. And it still feels like it was just a few months ago. And
yeah,
you know what that feeling is like
yeah,
from your sisters. Um, yeah, it was when she was going through the worst, time. No, I was there the whole time. And it was about 9 months to bring her into the world. And it was like about 9 months of that really intense, sort of hoping and still believing in, miracles. But, she, the whole life experience for her and for me and for those that she crossed their paths, everybody's better for having all of us connected at some point. And I don't even know, probably shouldn't say this, it's all being recorded. But a person's passing is also a continuation of lessons that those of us that are still here need to understand and learn, I think. You learn so much about yourself, I think, especially when you're really involved with the person that is passing, be it family or just a close friend that you're really connected to. But at least it wasn't something that was abrupt.
yeah,
Those that just suddenly have a heart attack or they get hit by a car or something, that's a different kind of reaction and devastation.
yeah.
Doesn't make ours that we knew was going to happen eventually, but we all are going to die eventually. So it's all the same.
Yeah.
but you just you're not ready for it. You're not prepared for it. You think you are, but you're not. And then everybody has a different length of time to accept what's happened. Because if you don't accept it, what then? You know.
Yeah.
So you just learn to live with a different relationship to that spirit that's not physical anymore, but it's still there. My gosh,
Yeah.
still there. You just have a different relationship. I miss the weight. I do miss her weight,
Yeah.
of a hug or
Yeah.
or her hand or the actual. I do. I can miss that a lot at times, even after 20 some odd years. But I know she's still around. Actually, I know she's around because usually September, October, I get really busy.
Yeah.
I really get busy with auditions or bookings or even singing or just I get busy and I get things start coming to me at that time. And it's like, thank you. Because she said to me, she said, you have to go back to your acting. You do your life. Oh, don't make me cry. So we have to honor those that left us. They didn't want to leave us. Even those that, because we've been involved with the suicide prevention thing, even those that do that, they're not wanting to go. They just didn't have any other resource.
Yeah. Yep.
They don't want to leave us. No.
Yeah, yeah, I totally, of course, agree. And yeah, I was talking about this the other day with a few friends who were saying that they believed that they were their, I mean, they believed that, I guess, I was thinking about this morning. Did they believe they were a spirit and a body together? Or I didn't quite get it because they were saying, oh no, this is who I am, this. And I'm like, no. I mean, I like this body and it's part of me right now. And Cathy is cool. I like Cathy, but that's not me.
No, that's like, okay, here's this glass of water.
Yeah.
And if I pour the water out, it's still a glass and the water is still water.
Yeah.
But if I break the glass, I have to throw it away. But the
Yeah.
water is still water.
Yeah. That's good. Yep. Also, in this conversation, people were saying some stuff like, well, you have a body and you use it. And I said, yeah, but just listen to what you're saying. You use your body. So who's you?
The you. The
Yeah.
you uses it. The
Right.
you uses it. It doesn't use it. The you uses it. Yeah, well, at least we think the same.
Yeah. Yeah. And I
Not
mean,
everybody does.
no, and that's okay. Whatever works for you. But yeah, it's it's definitely it's part of, and also it's for me, it's, and I'm sure for you, it's part of the creative process that we tap into when we're creating, right? It not necessarily to a person who's passed on, but to that essence. It's like we're connected to God through spirit. Through it's not a this. It's something else, right?
I mean, you can't kill energy.
Right.
I mean, energy is here, and that's why technically the Earth is going to survive us. It's going to get rid of us before it can no longer function. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, if you walk down the street or any place, you can see there's plants coming up between the cement. That's the survival of this planet, of this earth, I mean, yes, we're doing our best to kill it,
Yeah.
but it will be the winner. We are not going to be the winners.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, you know. And what, we're going to
Yeah.
go to another universe, another planet, and let's kill that one. You know,
Did you
how
ever
long does it take? 100 years. We get sick every 100 years.
Did you ever see that show that says after man has gone and then it shows what happens in the cities and like they use AI or whatever to basically the city is grown over.
Yeah.
It's like oh I don't watch it very much, but every now and then it comes up and and you see it and it's like yeah, well, I really don't want to focus on that. I'd rather focus on uplifting and
Yeah.
forward motion and inspiration, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and people say, "Oh, doesn't matter what I do." Yeah, every single thing matters. I mean, I don't have I don't use plastic anymore. I don't. Well, I never liked it anyway. I always liked glass, but
Yeah.
um, so whatever we can do, helps.
Yeah.
And maybe it won't save the day because not enough of us are doing it at the same time, but it will make a difference. I mean, it does make a difference. And if nothing else, it makes a difference to the you in you.
Yeah.
I like that. It makes a difference to the you in you.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was a little kid playing, nobody was home, I'd write in my head my scripts and I'd, play this scene out and that scene out, or I'd sing or something. Oh my God, it just made me think of Elvis. I could see myself in the blonde television with Elvis on there, and I had all of his records, and me, and I'm just watching. Oh God. I
Yeah.
don't know why that flashed, but I went with it.
It's funny to think about your perspective when you were younger. I actually remember there was a point, I don't remember what, I think I had a lot of cognitions in my teens and my 20s, lots of them. And so that lasted and were super significant. But I remember thinking, realizing maybe I was writing something. And because I used to write when I was really young, like
Wow.
stories. And I must have read something that I had written when I was really young. And I suddenly realized, oh, it's the same me. I'm exactly the same. But I'm just, the body is younger and I haven't experienced certain things, but it's the same me.
Absolutely right. I used to have, when I was around the age of 12, well, of course, and then I was singing then too, but at 12, I can recall having dreams over and over and over again, seeing me doing my acting and singing, but I had white hair. I'm 12 years old. Why am I seeing me in white hair? Honest to God, I swear, because I used to say, I'm dreaming about me with white hair when I'm on the stage and I'm, doing it. Tell me there aren't spirits in here talking to you and telling you what your future is.
Oh my God.
I thought, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Oh God. Hey,
Yeah.
speaking of these old days, let's play one of your songs. So this is so cute. So these were on 45s, which you still have,
Oh,
right?
actually, I do. Talk about vintage.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God. Yes, I do. I do. I do.
So which one should I play?
Honey, I don't care.
Can't Say No, Blue Doll, or Mad About Him? You tell me.
I don't know. Let them tell you.
Well, here's mad about him.
Okay.
This is you and
I even sing that one now today.
the swinging. What are they? What were they?
Oh, that was Eddie Jackson and the Swingsters.
Now,
I'm
how old were you?
12, 13. I used to, yeah, I used to, my mom used to, we sort of planned this, but didn't plan it, folks. But this is me, and Eddie Jackson and the Swingsters were quite a popular and important country rock band.
Wow.
And they played at some of these clubs, and this one particular club I could go to as long as I had, a parent with me, and that the place served food. Even if my mom was with me, if they didn't serve food, I wasn't allowed in, and especially to sing. But if my mom was there and they served food, then I could partake of that place. And so they just loved me, and I loved them. And then we would I'd go there every week and just I'd sing all these country things like, oh geez, I can't even think now. Anytime, and Gonna Find Me a Bluebird, and all of these country things. So anyway, so they said, we need to make some demos with you. I said, so we'll see. These are scratchy demos, but this is about singing. Your jazz thing is about songs, and we've done everything but.
I went to bed last evening, feeling blue as I could feel. I couldn't sleep last evening.
I actually did this song at Catalina.
Oh, the tears I wasted would surely fill the deep blue sea. I just cried about it, died about it, lonely there, lied about it. He keeps me walking on this floor, and when I feel I ask for more. Although I love you so good, I wouldn't leave him if I could. I'm not the first on his list. I'd never be missed. I wish I had a dime for every cat he kissed. I swear I'd give him and yet I wouldn't care as long as I get my share. I got this man if I'm sad without him. How can I be glad without him? He makes my dreams go up in smoke, and then he treats it like a joke. He says that on his other guy, and that I love until I die for me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh, that's too much, man. Love it.
Funny. That was, oh no, I was a teenager. I was like, yeah, I was a teenager. I was going to say that was about the time I first started doing USO shows, but no, that wasn't until much, much later. I
Yeah.
always thought I was old. I always felt old. And now that I'm old, I feel more young.
Strange how that works.
Yeah. But I love doing USO shows too. But that was
Yeah.
more into late teens. I started that, and then I did some um, after the kids were born too. So,
Yeah.
in fact, I didn't go with Bob Hope on his tour because I had the kids, and
Oh,
I said no, no, this is more important,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, how do you look at the future and age?
Going
Seriously,
on.
because as we're growing older, it's obviously on our minds every day. You get up and you look in the mirror and it's like, oh, who are you? I
Yeah,
remember my
exactly. What are you
mother said
doing
that.
in my house? Get out of
Yeah.
here. Where'd you come from?
Actually, I wrote a song because my mother, when she turned 60, which is nothing, she said, I looked in the mirror and I said, I don't know who this person is. This is like somebody else. But yeah, so
Um,
I don't know. How do you look at growing older, and do you think you're going to just work until you can't work anymore? You don't.
it's funny you asked that because my son, um, the father of Undine and Kai, uh, he asked me not too long ago, maybe a few weeks ago, and we don't really talk about, he's got the kids, you
Yeah.
know, and he asked me, and he said, Mom, he says, I'm not making a judgment here or telling you, suggesting anything.
Yeah.
Uh, but he said, I meant you talk about, oh, this audition and that audition, or how stressful it is now that they're having you do self tapes for auditioning, and they want you to have this perfect and that perfect, and and all of
Yeah.
that. And I said, yes, yeah, it can get stressful, and yeah, well, I'll bitch about it here and there, And he says, but hear me out. He says, but you also, have a hard time balancing between your acting, your singing, and your writing and teaching. And he says, so maybe at this age, he was tiptoeing so well. He says, maybe at this age, you might consider just pulling back off of the acting so that you have more comfortable, spaced out time to do all those other things. You're still doing your passions and your creative self and stuff, but you know, maybe there's not as many roles, to keep you busy and with income for that. And I know you love it, but have you ever, when do you plan on stopping? And I instantly, no hesitation, when I die. He said, oh, okay, I didn't know that. And I said, bless his heart. It was so ginger the way he was, trying to do it. But and I had no problem saying, yeah, till I die. I'm going to do it till I die. I goes back to, this is who I am, not what I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm seeing that and owning that more since just recently. It's because I used to do, we do all those other things, all those other jobs, but we weren't happy, and we could do them well.
Yeah.
But it's just getting by. It's just doing what you have to do. But it isn't feeding who you are. And I guess this is who I am, not just what I do. It's part of who I am. If this were gone, I'd still be me, but it would be missing.
Yeah.
Okay. Some energy, some spark, something, I guess. And I don't know. I think, oh my God, no. You choose from between this is a dilemma for, because sometimes it's like I'm not the grandma that's next door that bakes cookies and all
I
of
know
that.
that feeling.
And
Yeah,
and my grandkids are going to miss out on that kind of grandma.
yeah,
Uh, and my son will miss out on that kind of mom being that kind of grandma. But yeah, so it's hard. You think, well, what's more important, like this or that? And
yeah,
and it's like, well, I'm important too, but so it's hard. I don't know what people do or how they, I don't know, but I do struggle with that.
yeah,
Times I think, aren't you being selfish? You're doing your thing. Well, I didn't, I had times I couldn't do my thing or be me, and now I can, and I don't know. I don't know. What's the answer there, folks? I need help.
well, I think about that now more and more as time is going by. And I mean, right presently, I feel like I mean, it's always for me, I think I I don't know if I ever really thought about the future as much as I did about the present, you know, whether I was unhappy or happy, you know. And so I think I'm probably thinking about it more now because my body is going through stuff, you know, not just my chronic cough, but my knee is a bad knee because I broke it a number of years ago, and now it's really giving me problems. Because my knee is giving me problems, the rest of my body is adjusting, and that's, not good. So a lot of days I get up and I'm like, oh geez, come on. It's just like, oh, can I not feel like this physically, and but thinking of the future, it's and also the grandparent thing, because that's how I am too. Of course, I am this person that you and I both know, and I'm not that grandmother either. I'm not baking cookies and bringing them over and hanging out all the time. I do love my grandchildren, and I feel like my grandchildren love me, and they're probably slightly fascinated because I'm like really a different person than they know. They're not close with any artist,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so, and then I do have a desire to give them gifts that I think are important in perspectives of life. That's what I really would like to give that. And so I try and look for opportunities where I can teach them without, teaching them.
Right, 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 right.
And I feel good about that. So I feel like, yeah, that's the right thing to do. Um, and of course, growing older, I mean, doing what you and I are doing, it's kind of a no-brainer, isn't it? It's like, yeah, why shouldn't I still sing? I mean, I travel as much, but Sheila Jordan's 92 and she's traveling all over the world singing. So,
Yeah, I know some people ask me, well, when are you going to retire? I said, I'm not going to retire.
yeah, why?
What's to retire from? It's not a job.
Yeah, yeah,
Not, yeah, it's not as much work as it is
yeah,
in prep. It's
yeah,
not a job,
right.
even though I would desire to get paid, you
Yes,
know, for doing it. But would I do it without the pay? I do it all the time.
exactly.
I'm known for forgetting to pick up my pay all through my life. It's like, oh yeah, oh the Knights of Columbus. Oh, what? Oh yeah, they go. Oh, me. Oh yeah. Oh, do you want to put it in the mail? Oh God, So it's like I have a thing about money, and that's probably why I'm not rich. I I I I don't know. why I have a thing about money, but I do. Even my students don't hand me their money. They put it on the table back when we were in person, where it's like, I don't want it. I don't. What's your problem, lady?
I know. I agree. Like when I get money, it's like, oh, I'm getting money. This is cool.
Yeah, I meant, yeah, I deserve it, and yes, I want it, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I have a few comments here that I'll share with you.
Okay.
Roland Ascaron says, your grandkids do not miss out on the grandma, because they grew up with you. You as you are the grandmother they know and love. It's a good point, Roland.
Thank you.
And Joyce Glasgow says, your grandkids can look up to you as an example of living an active and creative life to the fullest until you die. It's a great example for them to aspire to in their own lives. Gary Bug says, our grands will remember artistry or lessons from travel, culture, and the arts. And Roland says, another positive outlook as I see it, those of us who are well seasoned have Meyer, but that's probably a typo, have something time on our hands. Read that as we do not sleep as much, LOL. You could organize your time better in order to do all the things that you love doing without necessarily leaving anything out. Money is second to love. Alan Walker has joined. He said,
Oh, hi,
you are definitely beautiful. Beautiful person and singer. I told him his girlfriend was on today. You know he moved, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're unblessed with Alan Walker.
I know.
Depressing.
Grief. Oh, there's so many things that this is all stimulated in my mind. I think, oh my God, oh, that and that and that and that. And oh, do we have another 2 hours? Because I want to tell about.
Beverly says, we must keep on creating what we love to do until we cannot. No matter how old we become, we must try to adjust to body changes, sometimes difficult, but that feeling inside of us makes us continue. Don't ever lose it. You both are magnificent women. Thank you. Thank you. And Alan said, beautiful people.
Absolutely. Oh, golly. Oh, I don't know. I found the best adopted family when my actor friend brought me to the Sportsman's Lodge back then.
Yeah.
I have not known an outside family or accepted an outside family as much as the musicians and singers and creators in the music business. It's I love my actor friends, and I have some that are very, very dear to me. And even from films that we've done, they say, oh, keep in touch, but we have.
Yeah.
And I love them dearly, but there's a difference in this nurturing in the music business. And I didn't have that. And growing up in school, I was just on my own, and, I find now that I'm old and reconnected. No, we were afraid to talk to you because you're this and you're acting and you're that. And we're so glad you did your dream. And I said, oh my God, had I known that, I'd have more friends. It's like, so I guess, well, when you're young, you're not necessarily as aware, and hopefully as adults now and vintage adults, we're more aware of the possibilities that are there and the probabilities.
And also we're more willing to be honest in our communication. When you're younger, you're not necessarily willing to be outspoken and say what you think, right?
Right. Plus you're also feeling, what are they thinking about me?
Yeah,
Oh, they think I'm this or that
yeah.
because I'm not part of the clique.
Right, right.
And so you just stay further and further, although I was a majorette and I
Yeah.
had, stuff I was involved, but the bandmaster, the music teacher said I couldn't sing. He's no, you'll never sing.
Jeez. I hate when I hear stories about that.
Oh,
So annoying.
no,
So
sure, I
wrong.
can't harmonize, but I can sing.
Yeah. I know. I hate when students come and they tell me these stories that just kill me. Somebody said, "Don't sing. Horrible. You're horrible. Stop."
Oh no, that's awful.
Yeah, it's really terrible.
Even if you can't hear the note, you should sing. Sing,
Yeah,
sing.
man. It's
That's part
healing.
of, yeah.
Yeah, it's healing. It's a chakra in your body. It's like, it's God, come on, let's do it.
Yeah, sing and dance and twirl around and make make your world. Your world is. My son used to say, "Mom, you just let things happen to you and then you make them, acceptable." He says, "Take charge, take charge." But some are chargers and doers, and others are, oh, okay. I don't know what I am anymore. I just am.
I know.
I'm still figuring it out.
Well, that's another thing about growing older, and you observe yourself, and you observe others. You observe the different paths, that we all have, that we've traveled on, and it's like looking in the mirror and seeing yourself. What are you going to do? This is what is actually happening. The body is aging. You're not like you were when you're 20, and that has to be okay. And so same with, I feel same with how my path is and who I am and how I reflect who I am. A few months ago I reread The Four Agreements. Have you
Oh,
read that book?
yes, yes.
Yeah. So, and I was intrigued again, once again, it's a very deep book and it's so tiny. Um, and, the Indian tribes, um, way of living with this just very simple four agreements. But one of the agreements is do the best you can do.
Yeah.
And that's it, man.
What else can you do?
Yeah. And even when you're pissed off at your parents for mishandling you when you were young, they still did the best they could do. They didn't know. I mean, they may have known they were doing badly, but obviously didn't know how to change it because they didn't. So
Well,
yeah.
and we inherit the, well, if you believe that, we inherit the DNA and trauma that is in that DNA from the ancestors and the ancestors,
Right, right.
and we can adjust that if we realize it,
Yeah.
and the next DNA
Yeah.
or is doesn't have so much trauma, but as long as we keep having trauma, we're going to pass it on. And it's not that we're passing it
Oh,
on
right.
through our actions, we're passing it on genetically.
Yes. There is something called the Collective Trauma Summit.
Oh,
And right now yeah, I think we're still in it. They have all these speakers that you can see for free on this what did I say it was called? Collective Trauma Summit.com. It's really good. Boy, the speakers are really intelligent, and really deep. And it's really a cool thing to just tap into and listen to these various speakers. Wow, and the head guy, Thomas Hubler, I think his name is. Whew, he's a really, really cool guy. But it's all about that. It's all about the heritage of trauma that we've all had, the planet, the people as a culture, a society, personally, and yeah, I mean, and I mean, on the good side of it all, I feel like now that we're all rising in consciousness and we're all doing things like that and looking towards things like that and working on even just becoming aware of it, is working on it.
Absolutely. I mean, in my day, we never thought of that. And in my parents' day, oh, you never delve into somebody's brain or mind. That's taboo.
Yeah.
Woohoo. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
Uh, but I think in a sense, sometimes some of the one what started it, I think, is our children, because they said, what is this? No, this and they're like, oh my gosh, look what we need to help clean up, because this isn't okay. This isn't okay. And like those young teenagers that stand up to our government and says no.
Yeah.
So their strength for this future, but this is so much they're going to have to fight across and against. But yeah, I think some films help us in that learning or knowledge, even through strange things like what is it, sixth sense with whatever, and they're letting you expand your ideas that you could be talking to somebody that's not there, just because they're the strength, and in your mind and in yourself, you're sensing you're not by yourself. So you're with somebody and they're guiding you. We have guides, I believe.
Yeah.
We have guides. Now, whether you see them or not, but and we're becoming more aware of people and their plights, like the Alzheimer's and stuff. I speak on that because that's what I keep portraying. But it's important, and I think we're finding that we need to reach out more than ever. And I didn't see that back in the day. I meant war babies, baby boomers. It's like, oh, look we get all this fresh new stuff. Of course, now we're in debt forever, and now we're eating garbage, and we're, using stuff that is horrible for the planet, and recycling, and but we didn't know that. We didn't even know to question it.
Yeah.
We didn't question it because we believed what we were told was better.
Yeah. Well, it's a very interesting time in history, and I I salute us for being alive and going through it, right? And
Yes.
let's do the best we can do.
And I want to thank everybody that gave me support and comments. Those were very sweet of you, and I'm glad you read them to me, because that's nice.
Yeah. And it has been 2 hours.
Hi.
So we are gonna
But this was supposed to be about music.
No, not really. No, I happen to interview musicians for the most part. I'd say 80%, and mostly jazz, but and sometimes no, because the conversations go all over the place because we're improvising and we're just kind of going with the flow, and I like to find out what's important, to you. And sometimes it's good to know your history, how you got here, But really, I'm interested in what you think of the world right now. So
Yeah,
I feel like we got that from you with you.
yeah. You're amazing though. You
Oh,
know, uh,
that's just because you love me.
of course I love you, but I'm a director and I'm very critical. But I've popped on and watched many of your interviews, and it's like you just you can tell when you're thinking and when you're not sure what direction you're going to go with them. But then when I met you, you just know how to talk to people and get them to share, and remember, and hopefully, just watching two friends chit
Yeah,
chat about life
yeah.
uh, was I think it was a worthy 2 hours for me anyway. I'm selfish, right?
No, it's good, and
I had a good time,
we're
and
getting all kinds of acknowledgments of this
uh,
that from everybody. And I just have to say, I actually I love connecting with people and finding out these intimate, not intimate in a private way, but these real honest connecting pieces of information about them. I love that. I think, God, what could be better, you know?
that's true. That's true. And we've never even talked about this kind of stuff really, just personally ourselves together a
I
little
think
bit,
we have a little, but
a
not
little,
in
but
a concentrated way, right?
yeah, right. Because this friend would enter this, and so we get bits and pieces of each other. But
Yes.
yeah, this was very, very unique and unusual, and hopefully I didn't say anything I ought not to.
I don't think that's possible at this point. What could you say? You
I
know?
don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know.
No, I have this Zoom meeting with a group of people. I mean, I'm getting to know them. I've been on with them for about a year on Mondays, and they're musicians, classical and jazz, and most of them I didn't know for very long. And a few weeks ago, I I don't know how it came up, but anyway, it came up. You know, my I don't know how to put it, but my extended actions when I was younger, and I
Oh,
thought, should I be saying this, And as I was saying it, I thought this girl is probably very pure. She's like in her 30s. She's really, she's never considered that somebody who she was talking to would have done something like that. But I just said it anyway, and it felt good to, just say it honestly. And I would say it to a lot of people, but this particular group of people, I was like, I wonder if I should be saying this. And it felt really good, and it felt honest, and people were
sweet.
curious about it. And yeah, but it's like singing a certain song in front of a certain audience. Some audiences it's a little more appropriate, and some aren't. So doesn't mean that you're not honest and a communicator. Um, but this situation of speaking tends to be more honest because it's really just you and me talking,
Yeah,
even though there are people.
I don't see anybody else.
Right, right. So it just makes it a little more cozy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I still feel I behaved rather hyper, and that's not my persona, but that's the nerves. Louis Armstrong, take your nerves and use. But as I said to you before we came on, I didn't think I would be nervous because it's you, it's
Yeah,
Cathy,
yeah,
but I was.
yeah.
And I could tell because I'm too hyper. I'm more hyper than, yeah. I meant you've seen me and other friends have seen, but it's just not my MO. I'm just, people think I'm more mellow. And I am, unless you get me on some kind of roll like this. And then it's like, oh my God, Jody, will you shut up? Enough is enough. Or if you got me on a subject of acting or something, I mean, it's like,
Well, thanks, Jody. Jody
oh, thank
Jaress.
you.
Now, you guys, happen to see her pop up on TV or a movie, you'll actually go, "Wait a minute, that's Jody. Whoa, I know her."
Yeah, that would be fun. I know my kids can't watch anything that I've done, and my son won't because he doesn't want to have that memory of, the films that I do. And but the kids can't see them yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody can. None of my well, I shouldn't say none of my family. My cousins like Neva and all, they could see, but you know.
Well, I remember last year, was it, that there was a commercial that was showing a lot, or 2 years ago, and you were the mother and the daughter was there, and or you were putting on a
Oh,
necklace in front of
oh yeah, 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 yeah. That.
that
Yeah.
was like an insurance.
No, that was those things that you wear around your neck.
Oh, I'm falling and I can't get up kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Everybody knows what that one is. So
Yeah.
that's like, where's the beef? Everybody knew what that meant. And I fall and I can't get up. Everybody knows what that refers to.
That's branding, because you know what 7 Up called themselves? They called themselves the Uncola. Yeah,
Yep. Yep. The Nicola.
great branding. I should call myself the Un-Britney Spears.
No, Cathy Segal-Garcia. We all know.
Yeah.
All know and love and appreciate. And between you, well, and my buddies,
Yeah.
Linda and Judy and people like that, Linda, Morgan, Sam, just blew me out of the water when she called me way back when, and offered to, wanted to know if I would accept the, what is it, Jazz and Blues
Living Legend Award.
Living Legend thing, like you. And you called the wrong person. I know you made a mistake. But I hit the qualifications, and I asked her why, because I said I can't accept it for my singing. I just don't see it. I don't see that importance, there. And so she said, well, it's because I have learned that you're very supportive of people and their dreams and their passions, and that's the biggest thing. And I said, okay, for that reason I'll accept it. But as a singer, it's like, when am I ever going to identify myself as a singer? I don't know. I do and I don't.
I mean, you are a singer.
I am, but am I a singer? I don't know what that means.
I know, because I mean, I feel like because you've been an actress so thoroughly that maybe that's really why you look at your singing as that. But you're a singer. You've performed a lot. You recorded a record. You sang when you were a kid, coming up. So you're a singer.
Yeah.
Now, are you Cecile McLaurin Salvant? No, and neither am I. You- You're just who we are, which for you includes being a singer, you know.
It does. I mean, I say I'm an actress singer, you know, uh, because I love to sing. I just haven't been singing of late. Um, but I'm different when I sing. I'm different when I act. And it's a different feel, and it's great, and it's great. And thank you, thank Linda, thank Judy, thank Beverly, thank Mary, thank, I mean, all of you guys, Gail, and just thank you for including me, accepting me, and nourishing me, and helping me learn and hear and get there, and the musicians too. I mean, who's playing behind me? Who's what? Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
But there's a lot of musicians who want to support. They really feel like that's something they love to do. It's not just because it's their job. They love to do it.
Right. It's who they are.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if nothing else I'm taking away from here, it's who I am, not what I do.
Yeah,
I like that. I'll
I,
own that.
I like it too. Love you.
I love you too, and I love everybody for coming and listening. And those that couldn't, they get to it gets recorded, huh?
Yes, it's archived, and also you can
Woo-hoo!
see it on Facebook, and I'll send it to you as a message, and then you can post it if you want.
Okay.
Okay.
Be
All
safe,
right.
everybody.
Yeah. Thank you. And tomorrow, for those of you coming on for the live, is a pianist named Steve Sandberg, who is really an impressive artist. He's both classical and jazz, and his background's very interesting. He's had a lot of different ethnic music, and he's really good and very nice. So I'm looking forward to that. Steve Sandberg tomorrow, and then the rest of the week will be archives, which have some great people. Benjamin Tobkin from Brazil, Rick Helzer, old pianist friend of mine. He now lives in Fresno. Eilert Rose Gottlieb, who is a very creative improvisational singer on the East Coast, and Rick Baptist, who was one of the top studio trumpet players for years in LA. So those are the archives. And anytime you want to see who's on, just go to my website and you'll see. Okay. Love you all. Love you, Jody. Thank you for spending time.
Thank you.
Mwah.